Well, good morning, everybody. Here we're on Tuesday. I believe this is September the 18th. And yeah, it's Tuesday all day. It's amazing stuff, isn't it? So we are finishing off Ezra today. It wasn't a long book. But there's some very important elements in this that we need to keep in mind. And it's amazing stuff that the king had been stirred by the Holy Spirit to release the people to go and build that temple, and he was providing all the materials and the authority. And when they get there, the people that were governing the non-Jews came into opposition. At first they came along saying that they wanted to help. We want to build it too. And this is a ploy of the enemy. The enemy tries to get himself involved in it so he can become like the inside man and disturb things from the inside. And we need to be aware that that's one of his first tactics, is he likes to do that. And it's not that we're enemy conscious. We've been told to be aware. We've been told to pay attention. And this is one of the things that the enemy does. He tries to get on the inside part of the plan so he can destroy the plan. And when that failed, then he tried discouragement. Sorry. And so they tried to discourage the builders. And we all know that. We've all had these huge periods of discouragement where lies come in to try to convince us that what God has said isn't the truth. Just like happened in the garden, he continues to do that. Did God really say? Does God really want? Is that really God's will? Why are you going through all this trouble when you don't even know for sure that it's God? This is God doing this. So we have to have clear. We have to have such a relationship with our Father that we have no doubt about His heart, His will, His intentions, and His plan, and be part of that. And we've got the word with all the promises and declarations and everything that's in that should be, that should be our encouragement. The Holy Spirit comes along and strengthens that word in us all the time. When we know God's will, then nothing can get us to turn to the right or to the left at all. And then when that failed, he used the authority then to try to bring a halt to everything that's going on. But we see God's hand in all of this. He strengthened the people. They wouldn't be discouraged. They didn't give up. Even when the building had stopped because of the threat of the authority, they were patient and they waited. And then the prophets came in, and the prophets stirred them up again and reminded them of who God is and what His will is and such. And they stood their ground, and they said, no, we have a right to do this because we were given permission to do this. God gave us permission, the king gave us permission, we have the right to do this. And so when the authorities looked into it, yeah, that's right, they do have permission, and anybody who stands in the way is going to be removed, it's going to be killed. And it's just, that's an incredible thing. Who would think the government would be there involved in that? And we get this negative thing in our head. We just get this negative thing that the whole world's against us, that all authorities are against us. And the enemy is nothing compared to our God. He's nothing. He's just a created being. That's all he is. He's just part of creation. He might be the equivalent of Michael. The angel Michael, but that's it. He has no comparison to Jesus, Holy Spirit, or Father whatsoever. He's nothing, and God will gladly frustrate any of His silly plans, and the very instruments that the enemy plans on trying to use to destroy us, God will use to bless us. So we got to get this fixed in our mind and change our thinking. We are kings and queens. We are princes and princesses. We walk with boldness and assurance. This is who our God is. So you have a blessed and incredible day. Trust in the Lord. Trust in the Lord. He's our strength and He's our hope. God bless.